Sleepy. Are you getting sleepy? Are you sleepy? I did a couple sleep on it. I'm going to throw my pillow. Videos today about the expression sleep on it. What does it mean? Where does it come from? It's actually been with us for 1,500 years. And I did share a secret strategy that most people will never talk about or tell you that or even admit that they actually do, but it has to do with sleeping on it when you make decisions. And number one, there's certain types of decisions that doesn't matter. And so we shouldn't use, I gotta sleep on it or check with the wife or excuses to put off making those decisions. We should just tell people, no, this isn't the right thing for me. This isn't the right offer for me. No, I don't want this job. No, I don't want to go to this school. No, I don't want to do this. But bigger decisions like, do I want this job? Do I want to go to this school? Those are really things we should sleep on. I remember back in corporate America when I would interview for jobs, I'd get job offers, and I would never say immediately, yes, I want this. It was always, let me consider my options. Let me sleep on it and I'll let you know tomorrow. But it wasn't an immediate, I'm going to take this job. Number one, you don't want to seem desperate and you got to negotiate your salary. Number two, it's a big decision and a big choice. And you have to decide, am I a fit with this organization? And is this organization a fit with me? Some of the places I worked were good fits for me at the time. And then as I changed and grew, they weren't good fits anymore. Others, there were a couple of organizations I never should have gone to work for because I was not a good fit for them and they were not a good fit for me. And more than me not being a good fit for them, because you can probably figure out and fit in almost anywhere you have to, but them not being a good fit for you is really a big deal. If values and morals and ethics wise you're not a fit for an organization, it's really, really hard to work there, at least for any amount of time. So sleep on it, talking about decisions that we need to sleep on it for, and the positive impact of giving enough consideration and the decisions that we need to make, the choices that we need to make in our life, the consideration that they're due, the time and the resources and the energy to really think about the benefits and the disadvantages or the advantages and disadvantages of making a certain choice. We can't, of course, ever know the consequences of the choices and the decisions we make, but we can make an educated guess based on our experience or the experiences of other people, right? And we might as well learn from other people's mistakes. We don't have to make them all of ourselves. So this secret strategy, this secret technique that I probably discovered it as a child, was if I have a problem, and it can be any type of problem, it can be a communication problem, a relationship problem, an engineering problem, an interacting, I guess that's a relationship problem with other people, a decision, a big choice or decision I have to make. I slept on where I was going to go to college. I slept on whether I was going to buy a house or not. There's one house I should have slept on more and not bought it. My first house was at 13.89% interest, and I should have slept on that one and not bought that one. But hindsight's always 20/20. Yeah, I should probably sleep on some of the things that I say before I say them. Getting better at that as I get older, at least I think I am. But sometimes we just need to back off and take the time that we need to make a decision. But sleeping on a problem or a question or a concern is really, really a powerful technique and strategy. If I have a problem or a challenge, if I ask myself a question about that as I'm going to sleep, I often wake up the next morning with the solution to that problem. Came up with some really, really big engineering solutions in my career. Now I'm trained as an engineer, but I didn't really work much as an engineer throughout my corporate career, but I have an engineer brain, so when my brain's allowed to sleep on it, it comes up with solutions apparently that other people had never thought of. So I came up with and got some huge kudos and bonuses in a couple of jobs throughout my career because I slept on a problem that we were having with a production line, a problem we were having with a piece of equipment, a problem we were having with a solution to design a production line that we didn't know how to do. And I actually, and it seems weird, but I want to say I dreamt those solutions, but I don't know if I dreamt them or if my subconscious just worked on them while I was sleeping and then offered them up in the morning to me, like almost on a silver platter as, hey, maybe this will work. And then of course they ended up being the solutions that did work for those problems. But if I ask myself something, maybe I won't have the solution the next morning. It might take a couple of days of sleeping on it. But I always feel better about the problem than I did when I went to sleep. Especially when it came to actually all types of problems. I think that sometimes we just need distance from things that are bothering us, and that allows us to have a different perspective. And when we change the way we're thinking about something, the thing we're thinking about changes. I never used to believe that, but I sure believe it now. So that's my secret. Go to sleep with your problem in mind, and not from a negative standpoint, but how can I find a solution to this problem, or what is the solution to this problem, or what are the possible solutions to this problem, or even is there a different way for me to look at this situation that I haven't noticed before? Any kind of question like that before you go to bed will give you better answers when you wake up. And you might not wake up thinking, aha, light bulb moment, this is the answer to this problem. But as you're getting ready in the morning, or as you're driving into work, or you're driving somewhere, all of a sudden a solution or an idea will pop into your head, and if you follow the trail of that, that often leads to the solution that your subconscious is trying to tell you about. So that's kind of a weird woo-woo thing for this morning, right? Sleep on it. Oh, if I had slept on a lot of things that I made rash decisions on, my life would be probably very different than it is today. And that's okay too, because obviously I needed to learn all the lessons I've learned so far to put me where I am right now. For the Live Challenge Workshop, now I might not be traveling. I might be traveling, I might not be traveling. I might be traveling, I might not be traveling. It keeps going back and forth, and so I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. Wherever I am on March 23rd, that is where the Live Challenge Workshop will come from, and I will hop on live no matter where I am in the world and do the Live Challenge Workshop. We're doing the Countdown to Live Challenge Workshop, 20 biggest business lessons I've learned in 47 years of corporate America, of sleeping on it, of different businesses. I've been involved, I added them up, like at least 27 different businesses and industries. I have personally been an owner or a major player in, meaning a high-level CEO executive, not CEO, a high-level executive in a corporate situation in different businesses, or an owner, an actual owner of a business in that industry, which is a lot, right? That's a lot. But I'm also old. I got a birthday tomorrow, secret birthday tomorrow, and I guess it's not a secret. And it gives me pause to think that I've got 47 years of business experience. That's just crazy. But in 47 years, you learn a lot. You make a lot of mistakes, but you do some things right too. And you learn, hopefully, from the mistakes, and then share those lessons. I just wanted to share the top 20. And so I just brainstormed a list of 20 things, and they're not in any order, but today is all about focusing on your strengths, focusing on the things you're good at. The world will beat us up for our weaknesses and tell us what we're not good at and throw those things in our face. And sometimes we do the same thing. Okay, we do the same thing to ourselves, right? We beat ourselves up for what we're not, or what we're not good at, or what our weaknesses are, and think we should get better and we should fix those weaknesses. And the truth is, we don't need to fix our weaknesses. We need to build on who we really are, the strengths we really have, because we all have amazing gifts to share with the world. We want to build on those. And then I say nowadays, hire for the weaknesses. If there's a weakness or something that you need done in your life or in your organization, hire someone to do that. Housework is a weakness for me. I hire someone to do that, right? Detail accounting and taxes. They're not a weakness for me. I used to be able to do them, but they got super more complicated over the decades, and they're tedious and detail oriented. I am not a tedious and detail oriented person. I'm more of a big picture person and thinker. So I hire to have those things done for me so that I don't have to. They need to get done. They're things that absolutely positively need to get done, but I do not have to be the one to do them. So I these days say, build on your strengths, focus on your strengths, determine your genius zone, and share that with the rest of the world, and then hire people to do all the rest of the stuff that needs to get done in your life. I mean, the bathrooms have to get cleaned, the laundry has to get done, but you don't necessarily have to be the person that does that. So hire for your weaknesses, or hire for the things you just don't like to do, right? Who likes to take out the trash? Anybody? Anybody? No, not usually. So get somebody to do that. If you don't have kids that can do it, hire somebody to do it. Or that's just an example, right? So countdown to LCW. Now, LCW, I had a funny conversation with one of my sisters yesterday. One of my sisters, not the one I was talking to, thought that I was going to give people $25,000 as part of the scavenger hunt prize for the Live Challenge Workshop. I'm not giving anyone $25,000 cash. So if anyone is actually silly enough, besides my one sister, to believe that, let me set that straight. The prize is a year of one-on-one coaching. It's an incredibly valuable prize worth way more than $25,000. But I am giving someone a year of coaching, not $25,000 cash. I just want to be super clear on that. And I think it will be super clear during the challenge. But if anyone is silly enough to believe that, I don't know what to do for you. I don't know what to help you. You're not the type of people that I'm attracting. Now you'll notice that my sister is not my target audience, right? I said that out loud. But let's be real clear on that. So that was something funny that came up yesterday. I'm like, yeah, I don't know anyone that gives out more than like $100 Amazon gift card in their challenges. And you'd be crazy too, because you don't give people money. It's like the old adage, give someone a fish and you feed them a meal, teach someone to fish and you feed them for life. It's the same thing. I could give somebody $25,000, but it wouldn't change their life at all. It wouldn't probably change anything for them. But I can help someone for a year of coaching, and I guarantee I can change and transform their life. And I can, or well, they have to do it, but I can help them to change and transform their life. What else is going on? Going out of town today for the big birthday tomorrow. So for the next 3 or 4 days, I will be traveling, and I will be traveling with a 4-year-old. It'll be very fun. I will do my videos before she wakes up if I want to get anything done during the day, which is what I do now. So I'll do that, but it'll be really fun. She's one of my favorite people, if not, don't tell my kids, but probably my favorite person in the whole wide world. I absolutely love the little human being. As much as my kids, I guess I shouldn't say more, but she is one of my favorite people right now in the whole wide world. She gives me so much joy and energy, just like kids will. I mean, we get out of people what we expect, right? And I expect her to amaze me every day, and she does. So I will be traveling for the next few days. So I'm packing up and figuring out what do I need to take to make my life work, and it isn't that much stuff. It's amazing as I've gone from the offline world to the online world. In the offline world, even though I have my businesses running a lot on autopilot, it always stressed me out to travel and leave and go on vacation or go to a workshop or go to a training or anything, because anything could happen, right? And the things that normally would happen, we had contingency plans and everything, but you never really know how other people are going to handle emergencies, right? So it always had this level of stress with it. Now I can just in one little bag take everything I need to run my business remotely with me. How cool is that, right? And I could probably just take my cell phone and get away with it if I had good vision. If I could see, I could do that. It's entirely possible for people to run their entire life off of their cell phone nowadays. You know why? Because that little cell phone is more powerful than the computers that I grew up with in college when, you know, they were the size of gymnasiums. The computer processing was the size of gymnasiums. So it's amazing the opportunities that we have if we look for them, right? We get what we want to see. We see what we want to see. We get what we expect. I know people hate that expression, but it's so freaking true. If I expect to see opportunities and possibilities all around me, guess what I see? Opportunities and possibilities all around me. If I expect to struggle, guess what I do? I freaking struggle. I'm like everybody else. I go through phases of struggling. I go through phases of absolute, amazing, miraculous opportunities that I can't even believe are coming my way. But it depends on what I am looking for. Not anybody else, but I am looking for. So I'm looking for an awesome and amazing day for me and for you as well. So go out and let's make it so. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow explaining what am I doing as I'm transitioning from the brick and mortar world of business and the corporate world to the online world, and how that journey is going for me. And since we're on day 773, guess what? I'm not done yet. Secret, I'm probably never going to be done, right? Does it mean I'll do a video every day for the rest of my life? I'm going to say no right now to that. But for right now, I am, as I hone in on and really perfect the systems that I want to share with other people, because I think there's value in the journey. I mean, and there's definitely value in learning from somebody else and not having to figure it all out by yourself. All right, have an amazing day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.